The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for taking some time out of your day to join us on this webinar. Was just notified that we have a little bit of a discrepancy on the home screen when you're logging in. It says the wrong presenter. So you've got myself, Laura Johnson from the annuity team here at IAMS, and then I've also got Jared Anderson from Market Synergy Group, who's going to be talking about some of the proprietary products with AIG and Lincoln Financial today. So we'll be handing things over to him shortly, but appreciate you taking time out of your day, Jared, to join us. I'm just going to go through a few housekeeping things, a few intro slides here. We'll go through them pretty quickly. I know your guys' time is valuable, so we'll try and get you out of here at a decent time. I'm just going to go through a couple different IAMS incentives. We've got a couple different ones available. Just going to talk about a few things that can help you grow your business while working here at IAMS. We've got a referred producer program that we've got available. This is for any agent of ours. If you're happy with the services you're receiving here at IAMS, you enjoy the service you're getting, if you refer an agent over to us, we're going to give you $50. When that agent writes their first piece of business, we're going to give you $100. And then going forward, all business they write, we're going to give you a 20 basis points override on all their business. Now keep in mind that this does not come out of your commission. This does not come out of their commission. This is coming out of IAMS's pocket. So it's just a way of us saying thank you for the referral. We've also got a marketing reimbursement program. So once you are contracted and doing business with IAMS, you are available for marketing dollars. So for every 100,000 of annuity production you write, we're going to put $100 in a marketing account for you. You can use this for anything you choose, whether it be a website, whether it be some graphic design stuff, or if you're doing a seminar. Got a lot of agents who use this money to help pay for the mailings for their seminar. So every 100,000 of annuity production will get you that $100. Also, you will get the marketing dollars on your life business as well. So for every 100,000 of single premium life you do, we'll put $200 in a marketing reimbursement account. And for every 10,000 of life target premium you do, that qualifies you for $200 as well. So some great ways to get some assistance on your marketing dollars. One other thing we've got available for you who have just recently joined IAMS, when you get contracted with us, you're eligible for this new producer bonus for 6 months. So when you sign your contract, you get 6 months to qualify. As you can see here, there's 3 different tiers, a lot of different great prizes that can be redeemed. So $100,000 case going to get you $750 cash, or 2 years to a web subscription to our website. So we'll build the website and monitor it and pay for it for 2 years, or we'll get you an iPad.
Hey, Laura?
Yep.
Sorry, it's Jared. I don't know if everyone else is seeing or if I'm the only one, but I'm still on the first page, and I believe you're supposed to be having some slides up there. I'm still seeing.
Is this better now?
There we go. That is better. Perfect.
There's always some user error when I'm doing webinars. You guys should be used to this by now.
I just caught that, yeah. Sorry.
So if you did choose not to cash out on your $100,000 level, you can go up to $300,000. If you choose not to cash out at the $300,000, you can go up to $500,000 as well. So as you can see, an array of different things that are available for you. So great way for us to help you out for your first couple of pieces of business, jumpstart it, and get you going on some marketing. Here at IAMS, one of the biggest things that we focus on is service. It's part of our name. It's part of who we are. If you've done business with IAMS, if you're working with IAMS or considering it, just know that service is the number one thing here at IAMS. Steve and Charles drive that home to us every day. If you're used to calling here at our office, you'll realize that we don't have any automated system or any voicemail. You're going to get to a live person every single time. If you're calling for me and I'm on the phone and you ask to talk to my voicemail, they're going to tell you they're going to have to take a message, and as you would know, we'll call you right back. So just one of the things of working with IAMS, we want to get your questions answered right away. A couple other things, we do everything from the case design. When you write an application, if you send it up here, Amber and her team will scrub it for you, let you know if there's anything missing, help you get that in the best order we can before we get it sent up to the home office. And we're going to then follow up on your business until you're paid your commission. So anytime an issue arises, our goal is to be on the front line there for you so you don't have to worry about that. We've got a lot of top sales expertise, a lot of coaching opportunities available with seminar coaches, and then probably one of the easiest things with our contracting is our paperless system. Once you're into our paperless system, it's a one and done kind of situation. So you want to get appointed with AIG today, and then 6 months down the road, you call me and say you need the Athene contract. You don't have to do new paperwork. I just need to hear from you, and I can get it done. Creative team, this is probably my favorite department at IAMS. Jacob and Sean do an amazing job over there. What they do is they spend all day working for you guys on marketing, advertising things, helping you design a marketing plan, whether it be a lot of times when an agent starts with us, I encourage them, if they don't have a logo, to let Jacob and Sean take care of that for them. Once we design a logo and kind of a color scheme for you, then we're going to take that into the next step with whatever marketing you choose to do. We're going to apply that to everything we do for you. So we can really create a brand for you, whether it be email marketing, social media marketing, maybe you're doing a newsletter, you want to do a newspaper ad, anything like that. Jacob, Sean, give them a call. They'd be happy to talk with you about it and see what they can do for you. If you haven't been out to our website, www.imsinc.com, a lot of great things available out on the website. Personally, my favorite thing is the Sales Resource Library. If you go up under the Support tab on our website and go down to the Sales Resource Library, it's got an array of different client-facing materials that you can use when you're meeting with clients if they need to know about indexed annuity. There's a client presentation on that. There's a lot of great fact finders out there, depending on what you're doing. If you're working on some big estate cases, some really comprehensive estate fact finders out there. Financial calculators is another one I use a lot. Need to figure out what someone's RMD is or need one of those financial calculators. All those are available for you free on our website, as I said, under the Support tab. Also, you can do a lot of illustrations, get forms, see current rates, all that stuff on our website. If you ever want a 5-10 minute tutorial on where to go on the website, give me a call. I'd be happy to help you out. Here at IAMS, if you're contracted doing business with us, you are eligible to use our retirement analyzer software. We will get you a username and password for that. Again, it is for agents who are contracted and doing business with IAMS. We will give you access, give you a 3-month trial, see if you like it. If so, we'll give you access to the program. It's really a great opportunity to plug all your clients' information into a software. And as you can see here, it does a lot of colorful graphs, shows them what money's at risk, when they're going to run out, all sorts of fun things to do on there. So if you have any questions on the software, how it works, if you want to try it, Marcus Solar here in our annuity team kind of heads this up. So if you want to give Marcus a call, tell him you're interested in using the retirement analyzer and he can get you up and running on that. IAMS Wealth Management, recently a new addition to IAMS, probably about almost 2 years now. We do have an RIA in this office, Charles Jr., Mike Hansen, Joan Wallace kind of head that up. And it was really designed for the insurance producer looking to expand and grow their business. I use this example a lot with a lot of my agents. You're dealing with a client who's got $500,000, and as we all know, suitability probably won't take all their money. So if we only got $500,000 and AIG says they're only going to take $400,000 of it, what are we going to do with that other $100,000? Well, IAMS Wealth Management is a great option for that. Takes your 65, or if you're a CFP, we can get you registered as well. It's all fee-based accounts. So if you have any questions, I'm going to throw the first poll question up actually as we're talking about this. It's about wealth management. If you do want any information, if you answer yes to this poll question, all it's really going to do is prompt Charles Jr. or Mike Hansen to give you a call, let you know a little bit about the platform, where we're at, what we're doing, and get any questions answered. So if you want to go ahead and answer that, that'd be great. One other thing to keep in mind, depending on your state, we are able to do a soliciting agreement with certain states will allow us to, meaning that if you don't have your 65 or your CFP and you want to refer a client over to IAMS Wealth Management, just to know that you still have somewhat control over what's going on with that client, you can refer those clients to us, and in certain states we are allowed to pay you a portion of the fee that is charged to your clients. So it's a great opportunity if you're looking to get your 65, you refer clients over to us, we'll manage them for you. Once you get your 65, we'll sign all those clients over to you. So just a really great opportunity as you're considering it, seeing if it's something you want to do. Ask Mike or Charles if your state qualifies for that soliciting agreement. Life and Annuity Academy, these, again, one of my favorite things that IAMS does is we bring out 30 to 40 different agents about 4 times a year to a 2.5-day training. We usually do them here in Omaha at our home office, or we'll partner with a home office. Just got back from North American a couple weeks ago. That was a great time up in their office. Brought about 30 guys in. Then we also bring in about 4 or 5 of our top producers, and they're going to just share with you sales concepts, techniques, ideas, give you some things that they did that took them from the bottom to the top, and really how they've had success. So some of it's niche products, some of it's sales concepts, but some really great opportunities there to rub shoulders with some of the top producers here at IAMS and just see where they've had success, and they're really willing to help you design a plan for you as well and help you grow your business. So all expense paid. We do cover I'm going to throw the next poll question up as I'm finishing this. It is all expenses paid, so we pay for your meals, your flights, your hotel, and really, like I said, it's not so much product oriented as much as it is sales concepts and techniques. We really want you to walk away from that having a lot of ideas of how you can grow your business and giving you those tools you need to do so. So if you answered yes to this question, you will get an email from Chris here in our office. He will send you out a link. It is a pre-registration link. This does not mean if you fill it out, doesn't mean you're automatically into the next one. As you know, we do have limited seats. Usually I can get someone into one, in the same year, but again, there's a lot of interest in these. We do require that you are contracted with IAMS. If you're writing business with us, that will give you a priority over those who have not written business. So just like to let people know that's a pre-registration. That'll come to me. I'll give you a call, let you know we got it. And then when we have the dates for the next one, we'll reach out to you and let you know what those dates are and see if they work in your schedule. Alrighty. One of the last things I want to talk about is our Top Producers Escape. We call it our IAMS Marketing Summit. We are going to be down in Naples, Florida at the Ritz-Carlton right there on the beach next August. Qualification began in January of this year, continues through June of next year. So we've got plenty of time to qualify. Any combination of the stuff up here will get you there. So $3 million in annuity production, or 2.2 in single premium life, or 250,000 life target premium would get you there. So any combination of those will get you and a guest for this all expense paid 4 or 5 day marketing summit. It includes spa, golfing, you name it, we got it. And the last thing I really want to talk about real quick before I hand this over to Jared is we're doing some fun holiday cash giveaways here at IAMS. First drawing actually is going to be tomorrow. We're going to be doing a Facebook Live event. So if you aren't friends with IAMS on Facebook, you guys should go out there and add us as your friend. We're going to start doing a lot more live posts and really trying to drive some traffic over to Facebook and do a lot of our giveaways and stuff through there. So if you're not friends with us on Facebook, you can see it there, facebook.com/IAMS Inc. For this contest, what we're doing is we partnered with Equitrust. We're going to do some cash giveaways, over $10,000 of prizes are going to be handed out between now and the end of the year, actually through the 21st. So the way this works is every $25,000 of premium that comes in for Equitrust, either on the annuity or the life side, gives you one chance to win. So it's going to put your name in the bucket once. So you write a $100,000 annuity, it's going to put your name in the bucket 4 times. Every Friday between now and the 21st, we're going to do a drawing for $1,000 cash. So the first one will be tomorrow. I don't know what time. Oh, 1 o'clock. Look at that. 1 p.m. Friday, we're going to do our first drawing. And as you can see, we're going to do them each Friday except for the Friday after Thanksgiving, giving away $1,000. And then on the 21st of December, we're going to do a grand prize drawing. And as you can see, we're going to hand out 3 different prizes, $3,000, $2,000, $1,000 prizes. So great way to get some extra cash right before the holidays. So again, go join us on Facebook and join in to watch the drawing tomorrow. I believe Steve Murray or Charles Herring will be the one doing it. So with that, I'm not going to take any more time. I'm going to hand it over to Jared. Like I said, we've got Jared from Market Synergy Group. They're product development company that have given us a couple of proprietary products to have access to. So I'm going to hand it over to you, Jared.
Thanks, Laura. Let me know here because I think I'm going to have to switch screens. Let's see here. Which one are you seeing right now?
I don't see yours at all.
Okay.
It says it's waiting to view your screen.
Oh, perfect. What if I do this?
Boom. We're good.
Still good?
Yep, we're good. Hello?
Okay. Well, thank you, Laura, and thank you guys all for joining me, joining us this morning. Appreciate the time. Understand you have a busy schedule. So as Laura mentioned, Jared Anderson from Market Synergy Group. What I want to do today is just walk you through the proprietary products that we have available through Market Synergy Group and a select few organizations, of course, IAMS being one of them. What we have up on the screen here is just a quick snapshot of the carriers that we represent. AIG American General is who we came to the table with 4 years ago, and we've got some extremely competitive products, both for income and accumulation, and we'll walk you through a couple of those different scenarios here in a second. In addition to that, Colorado Bankers Life is a MIGA company that we work exclusively with. As you're all aware, MIGA companies kind of change rates, fluctuate throughout the year. We've had an incredible run with them in 2018. They have dialed back their rates a little bit, but our expectation is to see them to start getting competitive in the beginning of 2019 as well. In addition to that, we've recently added Lincoln Financial Group. So from our standpoint, as you can see on the screen, what we're trying to accomplish for you, the advisor, is to have the ability to come to Market Synergy Group or through IAMS and have the ability to sit down with a client and have a solution through a couple of our A+ rated carriers. In addition to that, a MIGA company that, as I mentioned, for most of 2008 was extremely strong. So what we want to do first is cover the AIG product, and I'm going to go through this pretty quick, but what I always tell people when we do these get-togethers and these webinars is, if you have additional questions, please contact your marketer at IAMS. They have all the information. Laura probably knows this product better than anyone, so she would be happy to walk you through it, and any of the other VPs over there. What I want to do is kind of scratch the surface with you and get you introduced to it and see where maybe it could potentially fit into your business practice. So within the AIG product line, we have two different options, the Power Select Builder and the Power Select Plus Income. When I speak of the Power Select Builder, this is a simple, safe accumulation product from an A+ rated carrier, as I mentioned. We see a lot of business going into this for those clients who say, look, I've got a certain amount of assets sitting over here on the side. I just don't want to lose any money. I want to have the best opportunity for growth. We see a tremendous amount of business going into that. When we start doing additional planning and get deeper into conversations when we're closer to that retirement age, we've got different options, both being through the Power Select Plus Income of performance-based as well as guaranteed income riders, and we'll touch base on both of those here in just a second. Briefly, what I want to do is cover the vol control indexes that are part of the AIG Power Select series. PIMCO Global Optima. One of the things that we like to do around Market Synergy Group is a lot of research on not only these indexes, but how they've performed, how they compete, how they stack up. In addition to that, we like to really balance the product portfolio that we offer with different options that we think work in different environments. We use a lot of analogies around here as well. For baseball, those of you on the line who are baseball fans, this is what I oftentimes refer to as our home run strategy. It's got 5 different equity classes. It manages to a volatility level of 7.5%, which is pretty high for these vol control indexes that are out there in the marketplace today. And to me, this is our home run hitter. Our expectation is to see some double-digit returns over a 10-year time and maybe some zeros, quite frankly. But it's heavily focused on the equity side with minimal on the fixed income side. As we move to our next vol control strategy, we look at the Merrill Lynch Strategic Balance Index, which is a little bit more focused on the fixed income or the singles and doubles, going back to my baseball analogy. That being said, our theory is a combination of both of these in addition to one of our S&P options is always our recommendation for illustration purposes, because that gives us the best opportunity for consistent returns. So we'll touch base on that here in just a second. Laura, real quick, I'm going to ask you to make sure that you're still seeing my screen, because it's actually on. I have a 2-screen computer, and I want to make sure that you guys are following here and everybody can see what it is that we're doing.
Nope, we can see you just fine.
Perfect. Okay, so as I mentioned in the very beginning, our most popular product through most of 2018 was that builder that I oftentimes refer to. After having several conversations with both marketers and agents within the industry, I found that a lot of people are going towards this simple, safe accumulation, no income rider, therefore paying no income rider fee, but also want to know that there's liquidity options available. Okay, so we just built a simple sales idea for those situations where you sit down with a client that says exactly that. I've got this 401k, I've got this IRA, I just want to let it set for the next 10 years, then I can make a decision what I want to do for income. So for an example, what I've done is I've ran $1 million illustration here. Again, if you focus on the top right-hand corner, you'll see I'm not allocating this at the highest illustrated number that I can. I'm allocating this within the S&P, PIMCO, and Merrill Lynch because that makes the most sense to us. And what I've done is I've taken the highest guaranteed income rider, right? This is a 65-year-old. Taking the highest guaranteed income rider that's $64,000 and some change in this specific scenario, and I've matched that free withdrawal without having to pay an income rider fee. If we go down to the bottom, you can see at age 90, we've started with $1 million, we've taken out almost $2 million, and we still have a remaining contract anniversary value of $2 million. So this is a flexible type of a solution for you and your clients. For those who don't know that they're ready to take income now, this is something that seems to make a lot of sense and tends to be something that's gaining a lot of traction from us because it's a simple story to tell. Okay, that's just a brief introduction to the builder. What we need to remember about that is simple, safe accumulation, no fee. This is kind of the sit it and forget it type of a product. Next, we'll move into the Lifetime Income Plus, the Power Select Plus Income, which has two different options, the Lifetime Income Plus Income Rider and the Lifetime Income Plus Multiplier. The top one that you see on the screen would be our guaranteed, the bottom, the performance-based. So how do they work? First, before we go into that, one of the things that I'll tell you is as a product development company, the biggest focus for us when we're developing income rider type of products isn't necessarily the features that shine, if you will, super high bonuses, huge roll-up rates, or anything along those lines. We try and calculate how we can maximize the amount of income given to your client. And one of the areas that we found to be beneficial for us in that scenario is maximizing the payout factors. If we focus on retirement age at 65, 66, you can see 5 1/4 increasing 15 basis points every single year is extremely competitive. And more importantly, the end number is ultimately what the client is looking for, right? In addition to that, feedback that we've received from the field, both marketers as well as advisors in the field today, have indicated that more and more individuals are going towards joint planning. So we simply have a 50 basis point reduction for joint income. That being said, our Lifetime Income Plus Income Rider is pretty easy to understand. It's 8% simple interest rolling up for the first 10 years of the contract. Okay, so just give you a quick snapshot of what that means, right? Here's a heat map indicating the most popular and the highest paying guaranteed income riders in the industry today. So as you can see, there's an area here in the middle, which is a pretty solid retirement income area that we're winning. And in other scenarios, we're 2 and 3, which is great. But again, putting most of our focus on joint, if I go to the next slide, we understand and took the feedback from you all that joint planning is becoming more and more popular and more common. So you can see the amount of 1s and 2s that we have in that specific scenario. So all I can ask, if you sell guaranteed income, call Laura, call Matt, call Scott, call any of the marketers in IAMS and have them run you an illustration. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with what we have to offer. Okay, our fastest growing product amongst the products that we offer here through Market Synergy would be the Power Select Plus Income with the multiplier. And I'll tell you why here in just a second. I'm going to cover some numbers with you, but before we do that, a simple concept on how it works, right? Our theory is we want to try and maximize the amount of income that the client can receive throughout their retirement years. In addition to that, if we go back and look at the slide that we had payout factors that were extremely competitive for this industry, what makes this product so unique is we don't change the payout factors for performance-based or guaranteed income. Okay, so oftentimes when you see increasing income options, you'll see a reduction in payout factors. That is not the case with this product. So just a simple explanation of this and then a call to IAMS to go through more of it in detail I think would make a lot of sense. But the things that are important to know is during the deferral stage, whatever interest credit your client receives, they get 2 times that amount applied to their income base. We call that the double and match. Okay? During the payout phase, it's a simple paycheck increase. So what does that mean? Let's assume a 5% rate of return based on crediting strategies elected by you and the client. During the deferral stage, that means that 10% goes into the income base. Okay? Once we elect income, if we receive a 5% return, our income goes up by 5%. Simple math tells me if I'm getting $10,000 a year and I get a 5% credit, my new guaranteed income for life number is $10,500, never to go lower. Oftentimes in our office, we refer to this as equity inflation, right? One of the things that I've found interesting is, in the 16, 17 years that I've been in this business, over the last 4 to 5, a lot of us have gone towards the focus of guaranteed income riders. But the reality is we like fixed index annuities because their performance-based capability and the protection on the downside. The same should apply when you're looking at income riders for your client. Okay, so I'll show you a couple examples of this with some illustrations. I'm going to skip this slide. Actually, let me take a step back and cover one thing on this slide. What we've done here is we've taken the highest guarantees in the industry and shown you how beneficial this product can be in the first couple years of retirement. Laura would probably agree with me. One of the things that I like to do is be as open and honest with you as I can. The most competitive scenario for this product is in the first 2 or 3 years of taking income. So those would be the clients that say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Agent, Mr. Advisor, Mrs. Advisor, I've recently retired. I've got this nest egg. I need to start generating income off of it. What can you do to help me out? So the first example on the top left is a 65-year-old taking income immediately. The highest guarantee in the industry is, again, this is using a $100,000 example. The highest guarantee in the industry is roughly $5,400 and some dollars. Okay? Because we don't reduce our payout factors, we are guaranteed to start at $5,250. If I look at an S&P type of a illustration using our PAR strategy, the most recent will pay a cumulative number of $192,000 or $82,000 more than the highest guarantee, and the worst scenario will actually pay $28,000 more than the highest guarantee. And for that, what we're giving up over a 20-year time frame is $5,000, $5,640 to be exact. So as you can see, if it's an early income scenario, if we have to give up a couple $100 per 100,000 in order to see an equity increase or keep up with equity inflation, we think this is a story that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so I'm going to an illustration here using $1 million. If we focus on this specific line right here, this is turning on income immediately with this, which this product has the ability to do. So we've done $1 million illustration here for a number of purposes, but going back to what I said earlier, the highest guarantee in the industry is $55,000. So in this scenario, we're giving up around $3,000 a year. You'll see on the top right that I haven't allocated in our highest illustrated rates because I don't think that's fair to the client. I think this one makes the most sense and gives us the most opportunity for consistent returns. But $52,500 over the first 12 years increases to $118,451. So what we're trying to do is give them a raise every single year that they're in their early retirement stages, because we know that's the time in which they're spending the most money. Then we cap it out at $118,000. They have that number for as long as they live. Very, very compelling story to tell and really good numbers. One of my favorite pages on the illustration is the unfavorable page. And you'll ask why, but if we look at this, as I mentioned before, $55,000 is the highest guaranteed number. We're still starting at $52,500. I've allocated, just for explanation purposes of, the power of this product, I've allocated 100% into the S&P for this specific scenario. Over a 10-year time frame, you can see in the bottom here, we have a negative 1% annualized return, but because of the power of annual reset, we've grown from $52,500 all the way up to $70,153. That's over $15,000 higher than the highest guaranteed income in the industry. So as you can see, this is a very compelling story and something that we're starting to gain a lot of traction on. Briefly, I'll just go through and leave these screens up here for just a moment. We have a tremendous amount of marketing materials for you to put in front of your client to help you explain this product, to help you better understand it. We can access all of these through IAMS. Laura can get a hold of them and send them out to each and every one of you if you call her after we're done with this webinar. But okay, got to go through a few additional information and disclosure pages, and then before we do that, we're going to hop on to the Lincoln Financial Group. So, and again, one thing I'll add real quick is if you have questions, please contact Laura, Scott, Matt, any of the people at the IAMS office. They can answer these questions for you. What we want to do now, for consideration of your time, I'm going kind of fast, but again, the theory, the thought process behind us getting on the phone here is for you to get introduced to these products and then go deeper with some illustrations or conversations with your marketer at IAMS. Back in September of this year, we launched our third carrier with third carrier product with Lincoln Financial Group, and we're obviously extremely excited to have such a powerful name that we're working with. This is an exclusive product only available through the MSG partner groups, obviously, which IAMS is one of them. So as we talked about the AIG product previously, we have great solutions for simple, safe accumulation in addition to some early income scenarios. But we also realize that there's a lot of products that are being sold on 10-year deferrals and taking income, and how do we stack up there, right? So we're just going to do some straight comparisons to you for some of the best products in the industry. Our theory behind this design was we wanted you, the advisor, to be able to sit down with a client and really be able to go any direction you want to based on what that client says to you. As you're doing your fact finding and you're learning more about their financial goals and needs, this product can go in several different directions in order to help you accomplish that. So the term we use is the one source of assets for 4 different uses. We have incredible accumulation opportunity here. We have income for life that can be free, or if you really know that there's income that you're trying to juice up, we have a fee version. We have confined benefits, and we have enhanced death benefits as well. Just a few highlights here, some basic information on the product that I won't spend a whole lot of time on. $20,000 in premium as a minimum, issues from ages 50 to age 80. One of the important things is you do have to wait 10 years in order to turn on income, but there are solutions around that for taking free withdrawals prior to the income rider being kicked on. State approval. So as you can see, we're approved in a lot of places. We're a little over 2 months into launch with this product, and we're lacking 5 states, 5 pretty common ones when products launch. So if your state is not in green, then it means it's not approved. But I will tell you, unless you live in New York, it has been filed in every single state, and our expectation is that it will be approved in all states at some point in 2019. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, we want to give you a roadmap during that fact-finding conversation that you're having with your clients, where you can go any direction with this product through Lincoln Financial, which is an A+ rated carrier with a super strong name that your clients are going to recognize. So there's 2 different versions on here, okay? The standard version in the middle column there would be what we refer to as our free version. We'll cover that one first. So obviously under the charge column, there's no charge. Each income rider option has a 15% income-based bonus. In addition to that, during the deferral stage, the standard version or the no-fee version is 150% of whatever interest credit you receive. And after 10 years, worst case scenario, we start with $100,000. Your income base and death benefit can be no less than $150,000, no matter how well the product is done based on the indexing options that you've chosen. The enhanced death benefit is also available as long as the death benefit base is positive, and that does roll up to age 70. So as we switch over to the enhanced version, where we see this fitting is for those individual clients who are 55 or 60 years old, and they say, look, Mr. or Mrs. Advisor, I have 10 years and then I want to retire and I want to try and maximize that, okay? For a 1% fee, you can juice that up, and those numbers go to 175% multiplier, as well as a 175% minimum income base over a 10-year time frame. So again, we have different options. We have accumulation opportunities, and we'll show you that here in just a second. Some of the things that we have as far as crediting options, as you can see, over 100,000 is the numbers that I'll focus on. S&P vol control strategy there in the middle with a 225 spread. Annual point-to-point cap of 465. One of the most popular elections is the 50% par on the S&P 500. That's becoming more and more popular. That makes an easy story to tell. Clients know and understand the S&P 500. In addition to that, a uniqueness that we added to this specific product line is our BlackRock index. All products in this day and age have some sort of a volatility controlled index, and we have a 2-year point-to-point with spread and participation rate. What's interesting about this is any time that your client receives a positive return, instead of taking a spread away, what we actually do is add 1%, okay? So this is something that I think, in more detail we can walk through in a later conversation. But what I want you guys to focus on here is oftentimes you'll see 110, 120, 130% participation with spreads. That's a little bit, shiny object, if you will. Our theory was FIAs are designed to do, 2 to 4, 3 to 5, 4 to 6, however you want to look at it on a consistent basis. And instead of when we hit those smaller numbers, if we get a 3 or 4% return, if we can add 1, which is the way this crediting options work, we think that's more beneficial to the client in the long run. So it's a unique way to look at it. It's actually referred to as a negative spread. I don't love that word, but add a negative to a negative and you get a positive. So anytime there's a positive return in the index, you get an additional 1%, which is unique and interesting. Here's a piece that we've created that I know Laura has her hands on as well. Both our AIG product as well as our Lincoln Financial Group product do have 50% participation on them on the S&P 500. So if we go back to 1997 and do a 20-year look back, the power of annual reset is huge, and the power of zeros is huge. Annualized return for the S&P 500 index without dividends is 5.2%. If you had a 50% par and it got a zero every single year that we see those negatives, your actual annualized return is 5.4%. So just a piece that we put together that you can get your hands on through Laura or any of the other individuals at the IAMS office. Another quick graph, this is the backside of that specific marketing piece that we have available that we think is pretty powerful for you to put in front of a client. Okay, so where does it fit, right? I mean, obviously, we have to tell you where it fits and where we think it makes the most sense. As I mentioned earlier, one bucket of money, 4 different uses. One asset, 4 different uses. So for accumulation on the top left, some of the highest performing products in the industry are listed there, and we'll cover those in just a second. And then we have level or increasing income with no fee, and then we have level increasing income with a fee. So what I want you guys to take away from this is there are a lot of different options here, but what we do know is if you sit down and do the fact finding with the client and then come to IAMS and say, here's my client, they're 50 years old, they want to retire at 60, you know, they don't care if they need to pay a fee, you answer all the questions to the IAMS people after your fact-finding meeting that you've had with them, and we can lead you in the right direction. So there's a lot of information and a lot of choices on this product, which can be overwhelming, to be quite honest with you. But the idea behind that, the thought process behind that is we want to take away any objection that you could potentially run into with this Lincoln Retirement Safeguard from an A+ rated carrier. So if we focus specifically on accumulation, if you have a client that says, look, I just want to set it and forget it, but I really like the other ancillary benefits, such as the income, such as the death benefit, such as the long-term care rider, what we've done is we've ran the highest illustrated number for each one of these carriers in the industry today. If we focus on this column right here, the accumulation after year 10, actually the number 1 is our AIG product, but that one is a simple safe accumulation with no other ancillary benefits. So if we look at the retirement safeguard with the daily risk control, $222,000. S&P 500, $216. The BlackRock, $208. In addition to that, we're having death benefits on the right side that a lot of these other products do not have. So we're the leader outside of the AIG in accumulation opportunity, in addition to the other ancillary benefits that you have available. This includes some of the highest selling products in the industry, and this is a limited distribution product where not every agent in the country has the ability to access it unless they work through one of our partners. Okay, if we look at level increasing income, okay, no fee versions. If we focus first on level income, client comes in and says, I've got to set it, you know, I'm 65 years old and I want to wait 10 years or potentially have the ability to take free withdrawals. Where are we at? What we always focus on is cumulative income to age 85 or close to life expectancy as we can get. So one of the things, if we go back to what we talked about with our 150% guarantee on this, is we wanted to focus on the guaranteed numbers as well as the performance-based numbers. So this is the most popular product from research that we've done in this specific space. As you can see, we're around $600 higher in guaranteed income. Our cumulative income to age 85 in this specific scenario is 21% higher than the highest illustrated in the industry today. So we're beating them both guaranteed and performance-based. In addition to this being one of the more popular strategies for this specific scenario, our research has also told us that it's the highest illustrated from performance-based and guaranteed income. And as you can see, we're 21% higher up through life expectancy. So we have a client that believes in equity inflation and they want to see increasing income, but they don't necessarily want to pay a fee. They want to have ancillary benefits on top of what they already have. In this specific scenario, you can see we're a little bit higher from a guaranteed income standpoint. Income to age 85, in this specific scenario, we're 6% higher. So again, this is a scenario where the Athena Agility product is really close to what we do. We're using an S&P strategy. They're using a vol control strategy. You can take a look at both of these, and I would be happy to have a separate conversation with you as to where I think it competes and where I think it fits in from a competitive standpoint with the Athena Agility product. If we look at level increasing income, both of those options with a fee, right? That's that client that says, I know I have to use this set of assets in order to take income. This is what I have. The Nationwide New Heights happens to be the number 1 selling product and the highest illustrated from that standpoint. Again, the theory is consistent. We're the leader in the guarantees, and in this specific scenario, we're 26% higher than the highest number out there in the market today. If we say that we want increasing income, but we don't want to pay a fee, we have that option as well. The AIG multiplier happens to be pretty competitive in this scenario. In addition to that, we've got the Lincoln Financial right here and the Athene BCA Elevate RPM, 52% higher or 52% difference in income. Okay, so above and beyond that, what we want to take a look at is what if we just took free withdrawals, right? I mean, a lot of these products out there today are requiring 10-year waits in order to kick on income. So what does their free withdrawal scenarios look like? So what we've done is we've taken some of the more popular products in the industry today and said, okay, let's take a 60-year-old and say, maybe starting in year 2, we're just going to take $5,000 out a year, and then after that 10-year time frame kicks in, or after that 10-year wait kicks in, which all of these products up here, except for one, require, the Prime Path can be actually taken out a little bit earlier than that. What if we just take free withdrawals and then kick on the income? What does it look like? Okay, so income to age 85 in this specific scenario, we're 5% higher than the second highest, but you can see we're starting substantially higher. And then we still have the highest accumulation value after that 10th year after taking those free withdrawals. So hopefully what you've seen through the few slides that we kind of went through quick is that we have some incredible opportunities right now. Quite frankly, the word just hasn't got out there yet. We're pushing this Lincoln product hard. I know IAMS is as well. We've got great solutions through AIG for those early income scenarios and accumulation opportunities. We're working with 2 extremely high-rated and well-recognized companies. So we hope to have the opportunity to earn some of your business. So my ask of each and every one of you that's on the line here is that you think about some of the cases that you've sold over the past 2 weeks or the last month or so. Call Laura, Scott, Matt, any of the people at IAMS and say, hey, run me that AIG or run me that Lincoln Retirement Safeguard. I just want to see how it stacks up. Give us an opportunity. These are 2 highly rated companies and very recognizable names, and we would appreciate the opportunity to earn some of your business. So, Laura, with that, I've got it all wrapped up. I was trying to go as quick as I can for the sake of time, but as always, Laura, if you get calls afterwards and you have any additional questions, you know how to reach me. So for each and every one of you on the line, thank you for your time. We appreciate you listening to what Market Synergy Group has to offer.
Well, thank you, Jared. We appreciate you taking time out of your day to come join us. I'm just going to throw up the last poll question here. If you want any information on what Jared had to share today on the 2 different products, if you answer yes to this, I'm going to call each and every one of you individually following the webinar to see any questions specifically you have. But if you answer this will automatically let me know to send you out information on both AIG and Lincoln Financial. So with that, I am going to wrap it up. It doesn't look like we had any questions. So again, Jared, thanks for your time, and thank you everyone for joining us today.